Hello, have you just come back to collect all pets? And or you, for instance, you have been following another Rebirth guide than my new Rebirth guide 4. Maybe you have been following Rebirth guide 3, or you have been following someone else, or you have been gone for some time and are back because of the update that is coming soon. Yes, and that's why I'm gonna make this video. I'm gonna try to make it less confusing in how to convert to Rebirth guide 4, or how to convert back to Rebirth guide 5. Rebirth guide 4 when you are coming back to the game, because it's different. Some of you have, well, maybe 100 in pet score. It's gonna be quite easy to understand it then. Maybe you just have 10k pet score and it's like, oh, I'm not getting 100% why it is. And maybe you have millions of score and wonder what this is, and you just miss a little bit in the end here. So well, I'm gonna try to explain this. I'm gonna go first now to my Rebirth guide. I'm gonna explain how you can read the Rebirth guide, so that regardless of how many Rebirth you have or how many score you have, you can understand and use it, because it can be used by anyone. And also after that, I'm gonna go back into the game and I'm gonna try to explain what is the main changes between Rebirth guide 3, 1, 2 and 3 and the new number 4, because there are some tremendously big differences that makes you earn way more income and can make you grow way faster with the new Rebirth guide, with the new mentality and so on. But first, let us go into the Rebirth guide and I'm gonna show you how to read that guide, okay? So now we are here in the Rebirth guide, as you see here. Rebirth guide version 4 for AFK and team super fast progress. So this, you see already here, there's an other naming of the guide than you normally we have been using. So it is for like AFK and team super fast progress. I'm gonna come more back to what that actually means, but that I'm gonna talk about here. If you look at the overview of the here, you can see on the up left corner here you have wall upgrade. The first section is the first Rebirth, and then is the first 40 Rebirth and what you do after them. This is meant for a complete new account. So if you don't have a new account, you have to read this in a different way, and I soon come back to that. On the right side here you have all the shortcuts that you have in the game, you have all the cost for the different upgrades that you have in the game, and you have some tips. Bottom left part here as well, you have all of the free game code except one code that we have got just now. Is the big hole in the wall. I think that code is big hole in the wall. It gives a lot of hours. We have it on my Discord and so on. And then you have some tips that is for or during everything. You can see this is also referring to first Rebirth, during 20 to 40. I can zoom in here a little bit. So you see here it refers to during 20 to 40, no rebirth steps during 40 and out and so on. So this is all of this left here. And also if you go out and go into Rebirth Cave, that is the last one here, and you also see this is also referring to first Rebirth and so on. And I can understand this is confusing. If you come back, for instance, you have like 10k pet score, 100,000 in pet score, and you already have done more than 40 Rebirth. The reason why it's only showing to 40 Rebirth is that normally if you follow this Rebirth guide, you will get to 10k pet score and unlock the automation area when you are at 40, less than 40 Rebirth. So normally at Rebirth 38 or 39 you can already have been unlocking it and so on. So basically for all of you that have non-new accounts, are coming in, converting from another one or coming back and so on, do not look at the Rebirth. What you need to look is the Rebirth Cave area here. You need to go in here. You don't kind of skip the Rebirth. Look at what I have. Look for because the most important for this upgrade here is what upgrades you do in the Rebirth Cave. And then when you have, of the upgrade Rebirth Cave, then you can have, let's say you go down here and you see, oh, I don't have extended drop rate and rare the Prosperous Crown and these one. I don't have them. But I have everything before here. I maybe have some of the after one. Then you go and begin in the Rebirth guide for the one that you are missing. When you do that, then go left and see, okay, this is for during 21 and 30 Rebirth. Okay, what does that mean? Well, the wall upgrade then then you go up and look during 21, 31, then you should try to have the wall upgrade to 350 million in cost. Okay? So basically, you go down to Rebirth Cave down here and find out what during Rebirth you have, and you can go up and see what the wall cost should be. This guide is the same as the other one. I say that all wall costs of wall upgrades is the same. I have done calculation, yeah, some is better than other one, but if you do the really depth calculation, it's more or less the same. A big mistake is to upgrade one really high and then you take the next one really high, because you lose a lot of efficiency and it's gonna take much more time to upgrade and get up that income. But so follow that, and also what you can do when you know, for instance, let's say it's 21 to 30, you can also go down to tips here. 31, oh, that's in here. What's the focus in here? Focus on wall upgrades to get 10k pet score as fast as possible. Can take as little as 3 days. Yes, it's no joke. It can take as less as 3 days to get 10 pet score. You can see on the one I had, and the new character I had, where I actually did this. And also then we are also coming back to something that's really important, the AFK and team support team. I'm going to talk about that when I go back into the video again. So basically, it's all about just following the order of the upgrades in the Rebirth Cave here, and then go back and then check what you do during the wall upgrades, and you check also the tips that I have done here as well on that. So basically, that is what simple and easy way. The other thing that is kind of explained is when you go into working with metallic. Basically, I say that no rebirth is step number 4. Are you where you really gonna try to work with metallic? You will unlock, if you look up here, you will unlock some of these things maybe before, but you really want to have gold hoarder, drop mega rate and mega damage and these things before you get there. We kind of focus to get 100% drop ration, 100% attack rates, glittering gold and these here, and also even earlier up here you will have this Prosperous Crown, as you see here. We take that earlier, rare earth and Prosperous Crown or these things here earlier in this Rebirth guide we did the other one. I'm gonna come back and explain why in the video when I go back into the game in this video, why to do that. But the formula that I use for the metallic, in the beginning I use a formula that we are gonna have the metallic luck cost is gonna be 2 times the qualification cost. So let's say it's 1000 in metallic, then you should be up to 500 in qualification, and 1/10 of that again generation speed. So if you have 1000 in cost in metallic, you should have 500 in qualification and 50 in generation speed. This you do until you actually have so good income that you earn more money than you can use, and then you most likely will be done with qualification. Then you will go to a new formula where you actually just take 1 to 2 in order here, and then you just follow the rest of the text and also see my videos. Also, one thing I want to say, for this Rebirth guide I have made our own playlist. There is a playlist called Rebirth Guide 4. Look through that. If you want to make a completely new account, or you are in your first Rebirth, start with looking at that stream I had there. It's a live stream. If you are past the first and the second Rebirth, you can skip the live stream, but I still recommend you to see it, because I explain a lot of stuff in it. Then you can start with the videos after that and follow those videos out there, and you should find everything until now. Yeah, so then we are back into the game, and yeah, what is the main changes between Rebirth Guide 3 and 4? Well, the thing is that we're gonna focus on 2 things. We're gonna focus that AFK play will help you tremendously to get more income. Yes, to stay AFK, that is what I do most. I do most AFK play. I do like 80, 70, 90% AFK play in the most cases, and so on. So yeah, I really enjoy to do that, and it's a very good way to do income. But to really get that working well, you need good magnet and so on. So that's what you get in the why we are in this guide are really earlier getting extended the drop collection range. So we are trying to get a really good magnet, not the best magnet, but quite good magnet really early on to be able to do AFK. The second thing is that we are doing teamwork. And what do you mean with teamwork? Of course, yes, friend bonus is okay. I just have 2 friends on this server. You can see I'm on VoIP Tech server at the moment, so you can see there is some really good players here, and there is another one. You can also see my other third character I have for Rebirth Guide 3. I'm now building that up and trying to double test my Rebirth Guide to see that everything is correct with that one as well. Not recording any video on that, but yeah, in the future I'm gonna make new videos for the new updates that we have. So main focus is actually, let's say from the beginning, from Rebirth number 1 to 40, it's extremely important now to get your pets in the same area as other people does. See here, someone is on here. Nice, nice, nice. It's Ari. Nice. And why do you do that? It's because if I have in beginning, we will have the pet in the mountain. Now you can see I have a pet in grotto together with the other ones. So I always keep my pets in the same area as the other player on the server. The reason is exotic crystal score. Wasn't there early in the game, it is there now in the game, and this gives tremendous of more income. And what we do then is that Rare Earth, as I said here, and Prosperous Crown, we get it much easier. Look at this, 6.7 times more gold because of Prosperous Crown. And this one is actually better than the shiny one that we have in there. I'm gonna show that one. Well, let's just run over. We can take the time to run over and can just show. Because earlier we also have an upgrade that depending on how much shiny score you have, right? You also are getting better income, the glittering gold. You can see this is whopping 22 for me now. That is only because I have tremendously shiny. But early in the game, this is not going to be high. It's going to be 0.0 something. It's not going to give you much gold. But the exotic score one, the Prosperous Crown one, is actually going to give you very, very, very good gold early in the game. Only if you play with other players. So find a good public player with other good players on. Jump around, or try to find a private player. Go on these booster events, another thing. Stay together with other players AFK. It doesn't need to be like billion players. It could be if you as long as you have just 1 million player and some 100,000 players and some 40,000 players. Stay on that server. It's actually better in the beginning, in the first Rebirth, to stay with not too strong players, because that's gonna be in grotto. But those that is semi-good, they're gonna stay here in mountain. And if you keep your pet in mountain then, and you unlock this one here, so that you can get exotic score, and then you unlock, not immediately, I tell in Rebirth Guide when to do this, but you unlock Rare Earth and Prosperous Crown when you are starting to get a decent amount of exotic crystal. You're gonna get insane income, and this is what is gonna help you from Rebirth 1 and out. And it's not a joke at all. So the first Rebirth I could do in 4 hours. It is actually possible to do it in 3 hours if you follow the guide and you also find a good team to play with. So the main changes is actually that we are using AFK so that you get much more time to collect in coins, especially when you go AFK at night and so on. You will be standing still, so you will not get that really efficient collecting coins in the beginnings, but you will place yourself for a good point so you get as much gold as possible, because you have already got a decent magnet and so on. And in a way, this guide is so that the further you get in the guide, the less you need to move yourself. In the beginning, you in the first Rebirth and so on, the first 3, 4, 5 Rebirth until you get a good magnet, you must be running around. And also remember to be smart on how you use those bonuses that you have. For that one I could use the bonuses for a really long time. And just go and watch those videos and you will see for yourself. So basically this is what I could say is the kind of the main things in here. I can also, yeah, there's another thing I just want to say in the Rebirth cave. That is also a main thing. So earlier guides, I've said questing is extremely good. In this guide, you're only going to use questing in the first Rebirth. When you go through these first maps here, through here and so on, you're going to upgrade the wall upgrades and so on. Follow step by step what I show in that stream. That stream is showing detail for that. And you're going to do questing until you get here. And now you stop do questing. because you're gonna earn more to leave your pet here together with the other ones in mountain. So find a server where people have their pets in mountain and let them stay there, and then you run around and collect everything else. That is what's gonna give you tremendous income, so just stop do questing. And that's also why on that account that I have, you have seen earlier, this is my main. So my main has, I can show here, I have a lot of questing, 52,000 quests. On the new account I just have some few hundred. So that's why the questing is not good anymore. And that's also why inside of the Rebirth cave, in the new guide, the very last upgrade you're gonna do, and you're not gonna do it before you've done absolutely everything, is this questing here. We don't do them anymore. We just skip them completely. That's why we also skip a little bit going up here. So we just get this one here, and we get this one here, we maybe get one here, and then we go behind here, get extended drop rate, we go back here, we work up here, we get this one here, we get this one unlocked a little bit, then we go over here to get Primal Shaper Egg and so on, then we go back and get unlock this extended speed and get this unlocked here. We work this up to maximum here. After we have done that, we get the external drop rate here, and we get this, work this up to 100. We work this up to 100, this one up to 100. We get this one, and after that we go over here, we get gold holder. We skip this one. We also have a step. We unlock actually all of these one quite early in the Rebirth guide. That is just to get those 40 first Rebirth quicker done. And we get this one to 1%. We skip this one that we do later on. Then we take gold holder, we take mega drop rate, and we take mega drop rate. And we also skip mega drop collection, that we take later on. When we have done all of these ones, then first after that we go in here and start upgrading all of the metallic. I have before this already unlocked all of these here, especially, and also I'm talking in these other videos in the order you should be doing this. Normally I would like to do this first, automation station, and then I like to do qualification station, and then generation station. Generation station is more or less just for fun to have. And then later, after you have done all the what I say there, then we start with this formula. This one should be half of the cost of the metallic, and this should be 1/20 of the cost of the metallic, until you get to a phase where you can, and then you gradually start with just uncommon this one here. When you get more, you go to rare, you go to epic, you go to legendary, you go to prodigious, depending on. This is shown in the other videos I have, when to do this, and it's also explained a little bit in the Rebirth guide, but most in the videos. That's why I have a playlist for it, okay? So, and then you're gonna work this up when you have come to a certain where you unlocked all of these one, you're earning so much gold that you're still earning more gold. Then you change the formula. Normally you will have this to 100% then, but the formula then is gonna be 1 to 2 from the metallic to this one even here. So you're gonna try to get this up to half of the cost of metallic, and then you do the metallic one, and so on. So yeah, and then it's, yeah, you can upgrade this faster if you want to do after that, or the metallic one. It doesn't matter, both is gonna help you. You can also go and use fast calculator in that case, but with this new formula you shouldn't really need necessarily to use fast calculator, and your income is gonna be so good that you don't know. The last thing, maybe, when do you go from mountain to grotto? When do you move from mountain to grotto? When do you gonna go from a server where everyone is in mountain until everyone is grotto? That is after Rebirth 40. So if you're after Rebirth 40, you don't need to do any Rebirth anymore. You're mostly at the score and you have 100 in shiny score. Then start to be fine servers where people are in grotto, because that is actually better for the income. So yeah, it's good. So then you also will find like stronger player like this. It's quite difficult to find a server like this, but I have to say, for the guide that I made, I rarely was on a server like this good here. I was sometimes in there, sometimes other servers. I was jumping back and forward different server, but I was always trying to find server with at least 1 million player. And if you didn't find, I used my own main. So if you have another character and use an alt account, use your main to boost that alt account in the beginning. You're gonna be amazed how fast it goes and so on. So well, get out there and try to use the Rebirth Guide 4. I hope this helped you a little bit. It was yeah, a little bit long video, not too long. Thank you so much. This was number 1 Gamer, then wipe it off if you like to subscribe, and have a nice day. Bye bye.